up, my beautiful crochet family? I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Simone, and I have another video for you of everything that I crocheted this week. Now, this week has been, I would say, it's been a fun week. It's kind of, for me personally in crochet, it's been one of those weeks to where my mind was all over the place, and I'm like, okay, I would not mind starting this. I wouldn't mind doing this. So then I ended up starting some new projects, working on some old projects, and saying that I just remembered I did not bring my scrap blanket, but I will show that in next week's Everything I Crochet This Week video, because I added probably a couple of rows to that, but not much. So, but this week I did, I'm going to show you this. Now, in one of my videos, I unpacked from the Dollar Tree. I brought the yarn. I think it's Premier. Is it Premier? I can't remember the name. So I brought the yarn, right? And I had the idea to do a lot of amigurumi with them. But now I've seen a lot of people make videos about the yarn from the Dollar Tree. I cannot remember the name. I'm going to put it across the screen. But I do not like that yarn. Now, this was my first time working with it. Here is how it looks here. I wish I brought the other balls because I did like an unboxing or unbagging for the Dollar Tree yarn. So now, what I decided to do, since I could not get it right with the amigurumi, because what ended up happening for me was pulling that after I did my magic ring, pulling it, let me show you this. Pulling for the magic ring, I kept getting this like right here, and it's like it kept coming off like that. So that bothered me, and it was more of a headache. And I'm like, okay, I can't see myself using this for amigurumi. I do not like the yarn. It seemed like, I don't know, it just didn't flow with me. So I'm like, okay, but I have 8 skeins. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So it clicked, and it was like, okay, what if we do a granny square kids blanket of the yarn? So I was like, ooh, okay. So now, showing you here, I started with, now to get the magic circle in the, because I start my granny square off with the magic circle as well. But what I ended up doing was taking the needle to close it up and pull it a little tighter. So I found that a little easier for me doing it that way. And then what I ended up thinking, now this is my mind, I'm like, okay, so maybe what I can do is use, this is 1. So I was going to make as like a big of a granny square as 1 can make, and then do 8 other ones the same way, and then just connect the squares to make 1 blanket. So I'll have 8 big squares and make it into like a blanket. So I'm not sure if I would go that route or if I would do a continuous granny square. And the only thing with that, I was thinking the colors that I have. How would I actually place the colors? I'm not, sure with that. So this is going to be fun to see which direction I actually go when it comes down to either individual squares or continuous squares. Now, I would say working with it in this way, working with this yarn like this in the as a granny square opposed to doing it with amigurumi, I like it that way. So I don't like it as far as for amigurumi, and it's so interesting because I see a lot of people use it for amigurumi, but it is not, I don't know, I just couldn't get down with it. So I went this direction. So this is the first thing I started, this week. And I picked it up here and there, but so then I'm going to show you this. This is my like a project bag I got a while ago. I got it off of Finger Hut, so I'm not even sure the name of it. I'm not sure nothing about it, but I really love this bag, and it's just a simple drawstring bag. And this is going to be, along with the scrap blanket, this is going to be a project that I work on throughout the weeks too. Oh, my hook fell out, so I'm sorry. I'm using for this project a 4mm hook. This is so cute. And I always wanted a shawl, right? So what I did was, look at this. Look at the colors. Like, this is so nice. So I started in, if you have not noticed yet, the granny square is like one of my favorite stitches. I don't know why, but the granny square stitch to me is just beautiful. It's like an older, elegant type stitch. I know some people don't like it, but I'm like, I love it. I really do. So it's one of my favorite stitches to work with. And if you look here, this is how big I have it so far. I'm trying to get you here. So, and I'm going to show you the yarn that I'm using for that, because what my plan for it is to use all of it up. I'm using a Karen Skinny Cake, and I think these colors are beautiful. I am a sucker for fall colors, so I love all things fall. So I'm using this Skinny Cake by Yarn Inspirations, Karen Skinny Cake, and it is a light 3. Now, I would say working with a light 3, I was a little hesitant, but I know for me personally, if I tell myself, listen, you're going to do it, we're going to get it done, it is what it is. It's like something clicks and I'm just like, oh, this is not as bad as I thought, you know, because I really adore working with 4-weight yarns and a larger hook because I just want to really get it done. But this is one of those projects to where I know I'm going to finish it. I'm excited about finishing it. But once all of this is done, that's how much of the shawl that I'll actually have. So I'm not going to add any more, you know, as big as it is, whatever that renders me, that's what we're going to stick with. So aside from that, the last thing that I crocheted this week that I'm super excited is my Amigurumi Lovebird. Look at this. So adorable. So I had the pattern. I found a pattern. It was Die Hard. I think it's Die Hard Crochet. I'm going to put all of that in the description below. So check her out. I know she has an Etsy. I got the pattern off of Etsy. And I was just scrolling through Instagram. And my Instagram search has so many like different patterns and suggestions. So I just kind of scrolled over her Instagram profile. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is adorable. So I wanted to make that. So this is like, I would have to say this lovebird was so fun to make this week. And if you look, I kind of went with like more of the rainbow eye. Look at the eye. That is gorgeous. So I did the rainbow eye, and then I used Parfait Chunky on this. Now, I would say with that yarn, because I was going to use the Dollar Tree yarn for this one, but I was like I said, something about I could not use that yarn. I don't like how it works up for me personally. So I said, well, okay, let's give this Parfait Chunky a go. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Just look. I think the Parfait Chunky, like the stitches, the everything, it is beautiful. And I did find pulling that magic circle to close, I figured out how to adjust it a little bit to kind of squeeze it to where, you know, it kind of like now it just closes like this with the Parfait Chunky yarn. But it is, to me, a higher quality yarn, and it works so good with Amigurumi. And I see a lot of people using it and working with it, but when I used it, I was just like, oh my goodness, I really love this. So this right here is probably the first of many of the lovebirds. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this lovebird. Of course, my daughter wants it. Of course, it's just like, hey, my husband has some ideas. Everybody has something. And I'm like, hey, I really like this one. So this is the lovebird. And I really like, look at that. It's a beautiful pattern. And I would say it's a quick pattern. It's an easy to read pattern. Her patterns are beautiful. And this is my first pattern that I got by her, but there's some more that I saw. So I'm like, hey, brace yourself, because I may go back and, you know, try to get some more. But this right here has probably been the most fun, and with even the colors, it just makes me smile. So I'm looking forward next week to see, you know, what I'm going to get into as far as crochet. I don't know what I'm going to crochet. I have some ideas, but of course I'm all over the place when it comes to it. I do whatever my heart feels at the moment, what my hook kind of puts me towards, and that's what we're going to do. But outside of that, I want you all to tell me in the description below, how was your week this week as far as crochet? What are some things that you crochet? What was your fun like projects to do? And do you have any suggestions? Like, I would say I don't like to do big pieces. I like to kind of do some pieces that I can kind of get done quickly. But hence this week I started a lot of projects that's not going to be quick projects, but I'm still excited about them. So let me know in the I was about to say the description. No. Let me know in the comments below the things that you've crocheted. What are you looking forward to? Like, did you start your Christmas list? Like, I'm all over the place with that. This may be a Christmas gift. You never know. So let me know. And as always, thank you so much for being a part of my beautiful crochet family. I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Simone. I will see you next time.